Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Drawing and Talking with me, Freebie Wits, your host, and today we're taking a look at another roleplay repository character, this one named Nolegs the Cat. Created by Taro Nuke 1, Taro created Nolegs the Cat with very little backstory as far as I can tell. That's not to say that the cat has no backstory whatsoever or even no history, only that they didn't really put the backstory/history within the character sheet. I mean, this character is quite a mystery, just a lot of unknown about them. In its personality section, it says unknown, mannerisms, question mark, age, question mark, deity, question mark, you get the idea, height, weight, who knows? I just don't really get it, but that's okay. Having a character with an ambiguous backstory/history/character description is really good because it means you can play the character the way you want without any prior restrictions, and you can make the story as you go along. I mean, if you watch a movie or a TV show, their backstory and everything about them isn't really spelt out straight away. Sometimes you'll have their character's history revealed slowly over time in the series of the show. So what do we know about this cat? Well, number one, we know he's a cat. No legs. He's got blue fur. That's something that I haven't really shown in my drawing. But another thing we know about them is that they're a swordsman of sorts, with a cute little knight little helmet with a little visor that they don't actually use as a visor. And you know what? That's completely okay. I get it. In LARP, when I have my helmet down, my vision just becomes terrible. So half the time I've got it lifted up or not even worn at all when I'm on the battlefield. And then if I need a bit of extra protection or I feel like it, then I can have the visor down. Seriously, this thing is adorable, and it just reminds me of those cats in Monster Hunter. Sword, shield, and I assume this cat is fearless. What they like is sushi, chocolate, milk, and etc. And I completely identify with that. I love chocolate milk, and I love sushi. I've never had both at the same time, but after reading this, I just might. The other thing that they don't really talk about is the fact that, well, Nolegs has a sword, so I assume they have opposable thumbs, especially when they mention that the cat is right-handed. Now, first things first, can you play this character in tabletop RPGs? And I'd say absolutely. Like, looking at Dungeons & Dragons specifically, you can play as an awakened cat. Whether your DM will let you use a sword or not is up to the DM. I assume there are spells out there that will let you hold swords even if you don't normally have the ability to do so. And then, of course, you have GURPS, and you have a bunch of other RPGs. I assume there's an RPG out there that lets you play as anthropomorphic feline creatures with classes, as a knight with a sword and a shield and all that stuff. So, very easy to do. Nolegs is a perfect roleplay character in that regard. Next off, LARPs. And I'd say probably not without some major tweaking. I mean, playing a character who's actually larger than you are physically is possible. You just put on some stilts or the LARP safe equivalent of stilts, add some padding to your shoulders, and you look bigger than you actually are. Making yourself smaller, however, not so much. I mean, you can play as a small character who's been blown up in size using magic, I suppose. You could play just as a cat person who's blue, has a sword and shield. Perfectly reasonable. That works. So, the answer is kind of, but there's lots of tweaking, and it gets to the point where, could you really call yourself Nolegs the Cat in LARP if you change him that much? It's just a completely new character with the same name, I'd say. It's hard to say, and depends on your definition of who Nolegs is. Anyways, that's my talking and drawing video about Nolegs the Cat. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you're a cat person, please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.